Welcome back to another episode of Waking Up with Wendy's. We're up here in the suite level presented by Quick Response. Adam Cohen, the Media Relations Coordinator and Broadcaster, is here with you today, along with Austin Dill, ValleyCats right-handed pitcher. Austin, how you doing today?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing pretty well. Yeah, even better up in the Diamond Club, our largest suite area. And yeah, you have a really amazing background. I know that you went to Evangel University, played 6 years there, but you originally latched on as in JV, and you're only 125 pounds, but you've blossomed now as this professional pitcher in your third season. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, for sure. Out of high school, was not getting recruited anywhere, and I just wanted to play baseball somewhere. So, weighing the size that I did, 125, I was probably 5'10", 5'11". You just don't get recruited a whole lot. So, went to Evangel. It was a Christian school, and I was raised in a Christian school my whole life. So, just kind of wasn't really looking for a Christian college, but I think that's the way the Lord kind of took me, and it worked out super well. Couldn't have pictured it any better. But went for a visit, had a tryout, and they offered me a $1,000 scholarship. So I said, yeah, I'll take it, and just kind of ran with it. And I think every year after that just kind of got better. I don't think it was until my junior year that I kind of grew into my body a little more. Freshman year, sophomore year, I was out of the bullpen. And then junior year was the first year I hit 90. Literally just touched it. And I think throughout the season I touched it a couple more times, but probably not a whole lot. And senior year grew more, and then that fifth year, COVID year, I think I was weighing maybe 175, which to me back then was a lot, just based off the size. And then that sixth year I had no plans on playing there again, but I knew I could play professionally somewhere, and I went to the Frontier League tryout. No one picked me up out of there, and so then I was like, well, I'll play another year, and had a good year. Played against one of the top teams in the conference at the time, Central Methodist. That's where Robbie Merced is from. Mm-hmm. And had a good game against them. I think I went 7 innings, gave up 1, I think, and their coach was really impressed, and he put in a good word for me with Missoula Paddleheads, and because he's had 2 former guys play there. Mm-hmm. And just put in a word for me. The manager at Missoula said, hey, we're kind of full, but just kind of stand by in case someone gets hurt. It wasn't like a week later, he called me back on Mother's Day and said, hey, we had a guy go down, like, how soon can you get here? And I said, I'll be there in 2 days. So just every year just kind of grew more into my body. Working out was the easy part, but for me, it's kind of keeping those calories in and trying to gain weight that way. I just burn it so fast. Other guys, they don't have trouble with that, so just had to be intentional about some things and go from there.
I think one of the more remarkable things about your story is that you've utilized your connections to get where you are today. Mm-hmm. And even Evangel University, for example, you're one of 7 players from your alma mater to go and sign a professional contract. So do you hear stories about these other players who signed pro contracts, or even get to meet any of them?
Yeah. My freshman year, we had Blake McKnight. So he was a pitching coach for us. He was a coach the couple years after, but he wasn't necessarily around. He started a family and had other things to do. And but my freshman year, he played for the Springfield Cardinals, which is AA. Mm-hmm. And just having him around, talking to him about his experiences, not only professionally, but at Evangel, and kind of what that looked like for him. And it gave me a lot of hope and a lot of encouragement, because while he was at Evangel, his velo and just his body size was everything that I was. And oftentimes the guys would kind of, I don't know if you'd say make fun, but they would compare me to him just because we looked alike, a lot of similarities. And so seeing that and talking to him, I was like, dang, I can actually do this, and just kind of picking his brain was very beneficial, in meeting him. So, yeah.
You're in your second year with the ValleyCats, and I know you're itching to come back. I know you're probably slated to come back after this second homestand. What's your take on the Capital Region thus far?
Yeah, team-wise or just
team-wise, but also just the area that you've now been here
Yeah,
for 2
yeah.
seasons?
Yeah, I love it here. I was definitely, you know, the first year in the off season, I didn't really know what to expect, especially getting traded here. Gosh, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 days before spring training last year. But this off season was a lot of anticipation, a lot of excitement, especially coming back to a coaching staff that I'm familiar with, and then also teammates that I'm familiar with. And then just knowing the area, knowing places to eat or just where to drive, that makes it a lot easier coming back. Just for me, I'm a big guy on being comfortable, and I think you can look at it 2 ways. One, if you're always comfortable, you're not going to improve because you're not stepping outside of your boundaries of your comfort zone. But also when it comes to a team atmosphere, I think it's important to be comfortable. Because that's where you play your most relaxed, loose baseball. You're having fun. So coming back here, I was really excited to do that, and just hoping the rehab process goes well and we get back on track here soon. So throwing's going well so far. Just a few tweaks we're still working through, but nothing crazy.
I just want to extrapolate that a little bit more, and it seems like pitchers are creatures of habit, as they say, and also at the same time, comfortability is so important. Would you say that because you played Evangel for 6 years, then you also were an admissions recruiter as well afterwards, and you jumped around from Missoula to Rocky Mountain to Tri-City, was comfortability a reason why you decided to stay with us for the 2025 season?
Yeah, I'd say that's one of the big reasons. One of the other big things is just with how Skip, how Taggart, and Tom, our pitching coach, kind of handled not only me but the pitching staff last year. I felt like I was well rested every time I went into the game. I think if you look at it, I only threw back-to-back days maybe twice. But just having that relationship with them, to me, it's, I don't know if easier is the best word to say that, but it's easier to have that relationship, not only for them knowing who they're getting in me, but for me knowing who I'm getting in a manager and pitching coach, and just already having that relationship built. So definitely made it easier coming back, and again, just knowing the guys that were here, knowing the year we had to, just kind of came up short, and a 1-game playoff kind of sucked, but I think there's still some unfinished business, and I think we can see that with how the guys are playing to start the year too. It seems like there's already some connections with the new guys that feel like naturally formed, and I think everybody's excited to be here, excited to play. Yeah.
There's definitely a lot to look forward to with this season, both on and off the field. The team's doing great right now. As of today, Wednesday, the team is 2-1. There's plenty for turnies, including yourself, which always is really good in this league. You look at teams like the Quebec Capital, 3-time consecutive champions. They have a lot of fraternities, and that's been a big reason why they've gone back up to the Frontier League Championship. Just waiting for All-Star Game on July 16th, the Tyler Hubbard concert on August 14th. So it really is just a great 2025 campaign, a great year to look forward to. And Austin, thank you again for joining us.
Yeah, appreciate you having me.
And we will see you next time on another edition of Waking Up with Wendy's. Wendy's serves breakfast every day from 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Download the app to earn rewards and receive great offers for delicious breakfast combos, such as the bacon, egg, and Swiss croissant combo and the 6-piece homemade French toast sticks combo. Thank you for watching Waking Up with Wendy's, and we will see you next time.